Well, thank you, Chava Mirel, for keeping us occupied while we dealt with our technology issues. We're live on YouTube tonight because Facebook wasn't cooperating. Sorry for the delay, but sometimes it just don't work. And we manage. We get out there. Wonderful to see everybody here. We have, let's see, who's here so far? Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Debbie and Becca. Feynmans are in the house. Hi, Sharon. The Foxes. We have Kathy Archer. Hi, Kathy. The Immermans. And Joey Angelfield is with us. And I believe Lois is down there. We're just going to give it a second to see who will come on and join us on Facebook. I'm sorry, on YouTube tonight. But Rabbi does post a notice to Facebook. Hopefully we can solve that so that those of you who are interested in our music class that starts at 7:15 will be able to join us on Facebook if you're not already connected with us on the Adult Jewish Learning Zoom link. So I'm going to just start us off with a little music here. I think we're gonna probably we'll bookend our time together tonight with basically the same lyric, although it's a little different melody. Ose shalom bimromav uyase shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav uyase shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav uyase shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav uyase shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav uyase shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Erev Tov, everyone, here and on YouTube. We only have a few people there right now, but maybe they'll find their way there from Facebook. It's good to see you and be with you. We are going this evening I'm going to share a story, and then we will count the Omer, and then we will have our Siyum, and then everybody who wants to after that can join Cantor Paul for his Jewish music class. So I'm going to share a story with all of you. The story is called The Bird in the Tree. Once upon a time, there was a king who had a magnificent collection of birds. Behind his royal palace, he built a wonderful palace for his birds. And when he finished a day of ruling the kingdom, he would go into the bird palace, stretch out his arms, and let all the beautiful birds land on him. There were red birds and blue birds, yellow birds, birds that sang, birds that danced. Every beautiful bird in the world lived in his bird palace, except for one. One day, a traveler came to the king and told him of the most beautiful bird in the world. This bird had all the colors of the rainbow on its feathers, and its song was the most magnificent in all the world. But no one could catch this bird, for he lived on the top of the tallest tree in the forest, and he was not only the most beautiful, but he was also the most clever bird in the world. I'll catch him, vowed the king. I know more about catching birds than anyone else. I'll catch him and I'll bring him to live in my bird palace. So off the king went, deep into the forest with his bird catching equipment and the resolve to capture the most beautiful, most clever bird in the world. Soon he arrived at the center of the forest where the tallest trees grew. He took out his bird binoculars and looked upward. Sure enough, there he saw the most beautiful bird in the world with all the colors of the rainbow on its feathers. The king looked up at the bird and vowed, I'm coming to get you. The bird looked down at the king and just snickered. The king removed the long rope from his bag. He formed the end into a lasso and began to swing the rope over his head. Around and around and around went the rope until it was moving very fast. And then all of a sudden, he threw it to the top of the tree. When the bird saw the rope with the lasso coming, he did a little hop to the side. The rope went over the top of the tree and came crashing down right onto the head of the king. The bird looked down at the king, now rubbing his sore head, and he snickered. The king looked up at the bird and vowed, I'm coming to get you. The king took out his bird-catching net. This never fails, he muttered to himself. He swung the net over his head. Around and around went the net until it was moving very fast. And then all of a sudden, he threw it all the way up to the top of the tree. And when the bird saw it coming, he did a little hop to the side. The net went over the top of the tree and came crashing down right onto the head of the king. The bird looked down at the king, now rubbing his really sore head, and he laughed a snickering laugh. The king looked up at the bird and vowed, I am going to get you. The king knew what he needed to do. So out of his bag, he took his folding ladder. He opened it and opened it and opened it until it reached from the ground all the way to the top of the tree. Up the ladder climbed the king until he was standing nose to nose with the bird. I have come to take you home with me, he declared. But the bird shook his head and laughed a snickering laugh. When the king reached out to grab the bird did a little hop to the side. The king lost his balance and fell off the ladder. Down, 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 he crashed through the branches, all the way down to the ground. Now the king was really hurt. His body hurt from falling out of the tree, and his heart hurt because he was out of tricks. He knew there was no way to catch that bird. So the king sat down beside the tree and he cried. While he was crying, a circus rolled up the road. A troupe of acrobats stopped. The leader of the troupe approached the crying king. He put his hand on the king's shoulder and tried to comfort him. He spoke with a strange accent, but his feelings were sincere. Why are you crying, my friend? Maybe we can help you. We are world famous acrobats, the Flying Fettuccine Brothers. The king explained his problem. He loved birds. He collected birds from all over the world. The world's most beautiful bird lived at the top of the tall tree, but this bird would not be caught. What else could he do but cry? What else? Let me help you. We do magic every night and matinees on Sundays. Help me? How could you help me? The bird is at the top of this tree and no one can get him down, explained the king. That's all you need to get the bird from the top to the bottom. That's no problem for the world famous Flying Fettuccine Brothers. My brothers will make a human ladder up to the top and I will climb up and get your bird. He called out to his brothers. First came the biggest brother. His name was Lasagna. Lasagna planted himself at the bottom of the tree. Then came Manicotti, who climbed up his brother's shoulders. Then on his shoulders climbed Linguini, and on his shoulders Rigatoni, then Ravioli, Tortellini, Cannelloni, Capellini, and finally the last brother, Penne, climbed up all the way to the top until he was nose to nose with the bird. Mr. Bird, Penne said in his strange accent, I'm coming all the way up the tree to get you for the king down there, so hold still. Even the bird could not believe his sight. Then all of a sudden, the brother at the bottom, the one that they called Lasagna, remembered something awful. He was allergic to birds. And indeed, he started to sniffle and to grimace. And from deep within him began a huge, ah. All the other brothers pleaded, no, Lasagna, not now. Hold it in, hold it back. No, Lasagna. But when a sneeze is ready, nothing in the world can hold it back. Achoo! And as he sneezed, he lost his balance, and all the brothers came tumbling down. Down came Nanicotti and Linguini and Rigatoni and Ravioli and Tortellini and Cannelloni and Capellini, and down came poor Penne. They crashed with a thud. The king watched all of this, and he began to laugh. It was the funniest thing he had ever seen. He laughed and he laughed until all the Fettuccini brothers had begun to laugh too. The whole lot of them were lost in laughter. The king laughed so hard that he didn't notice the bird flying out of the tree and then flying around and around in big circles. He didn't notice that it landed right on his shoulder. The king just kept on laughing, and the bird laughed with him, and the Fettuccini brothers laughed with them both. Did you see that? The king giggled to the bird. Did you see how the one at the bottom sneezed and the whole lot of them came crashing down? And he laughed even louder, and the bird laughed right with him. Suddenly, the king realized that the bird was sitting on his shoulder. He stopped and he stared at the bird. You're here, he said. Of course I'm here. I couldn't let you laugh alone. That was just too funny, the bird replied. But I tried to catch you, the king said. You can't catch me, said the bird. I won't let you catch me. But if you ask me, I will be your friend. You will be my friend? Asked the astonished king. And you will come home with me and stay in my bird palace? Certainly, answered the bird. If you invite me, it would be my pleasure. So the king invited the bird to accompany him home. The bird accepted the invitation, and to this very day, he lives in the bird palace, behind the royal palace of the king. At the end of each day, when the king is worn out and tired of ruling his kingdom, and saddened by the woes of the world, he wanders out to the bird palace. Then from high up in the great tree circles the most beautiful bird in the world, a bird with all the colors of the rainbow on his feathers. The bird lands on the shoulder of his friend the king and whispers into his ear, remember that time when those guys stood one on top of the other, all the way up the tree, and the big one on the bottom let out a huge sneeze, and they all came down one on top of the other? And then the king and the bird laugh with joy, and their laughter fills the world, because there's nothing as sweet as two friends sharing laughter and light. Erev Tov. Let's take a moment and just say hello for anybody who wants to say hello. I do not know on YouTube, so I see that there are about 10 people there, but it doesn't tell me who they are like it does on Facebook Live, so I don't know who's there. If anybody wants to let us know, you can. But it looks like Aurora, you want to say hello?
Hi.
I can't hear you. You turned around.
Mimi, best ones, but the last soap, so we put them in the water tape, and we put them over us, and then we put them on our hands, and we played with them.
Oh, good. That sounds like that was fun. Was that fun?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Good to see you, Aurora.
Wait, what?
All right, Becca.
They were playing a band, and I had so much fun.
You were playing what?
They were playing a band. It was so much fun, and
She was listening on Facebook. There was a Clay Zemmer band playing.
Oh, a band. You were listening to a
Yeah.
band.
And she was dancing a little, yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun. That's great.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Debbie. All right. Anybody else want to say hello? Anybody in the Immerman family want to say hello? Hi, Kathy.
Oh.
How are you?
Good. Today is my Hebrew wedding anniversary. It is the 18th of ER, Lag BaOmer.
It is.
And we really picked it because it was Memorial Day weekend, not because it was the only day between Passover and Shavuot
That you could
that
get
we could
married.
It was a divine coincidence.
Wonderful. Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you. 23 years of wedded bliss.
And I'm always very jealous of Bill's plank. So
He hit 5 minutes and 33 seconds today.
so something to aspire to
There you go.
as we go forward. Hi, Immermans. How are you?
We are good.
Yeah. You guys doing okay there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Finding things to do at home?
Yeah. Right now, me and my dad are playing chess.
Oh, that's cool.
We put the game on hold.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Well, really good to see you guys.
Good to be seen.
Too.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to say anything? All right. We are going to move into counting the Omer. And as Kathy said, we just finished, well, we're finishing as the sun goes down today, Lag BaOmer. That means that's day 33. And so we're going into day 34, which is the next day. And soon, not quite yet, but soon we'll be getting into day 34. So I am opening the Siddur here. It may take me 1 minute. And library. Here. There was a Zoom update today and all the buttons look a little bit different on my Zoom screen, but yes, here we go. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer.
הנני מוכן, מוכן ומזומן, לקיים מצוות עשה של ספירת העומר. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו על ספירת העומר.
Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer.
היום 34 יום, שהם 4 שבועות, ו6 ימים לעומר.
Tonight begins the 34th day, which is 4 weeks and 6 days of the Omer. And now we are going to move into our Shema and Hashkivenu prayers, our evening Siyum.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom. Ufranadenu Shovrenu L'chaim. Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shalomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shalomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings tonight. Guard us from all harmful things, oh Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with more wrong from right. Oh Adonai, Amen, 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 Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom. Ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukkot shalom, aleinu sukkot shalom mecha.
A couple of announcements. Immediately after this is Cantor Paul's Jewish music class. Link is in your email from Thursday from the congregation. Tomorrow is the short stories that experiencing Israel through short stories class with Sarah Truitt. Again, in congregational email that came Thursday, sorry. And finally, this Shabbat, this Friday night is, we are honoring members of our Shomrim Society. Our members of the Shomrim Society are those who have left Temple Beth Israel in their estate plan, made a bequest to Temple Beth Israel and helped secure our long-term future. And so as part of our Shabbat service on Friday night, we will offer blessings and to our Shomrim Society and talk a little bit of our Temple Beth Israel Foundation. Any other announcements you want to mention, Cantor Paul?
The other thing I wanted to emphasize is if you're looking for both my music class and the class tomorrow with Sarah Truitt, you'll find it on our Adult Jewish Learning Zoom link. I believe those were all sent out correctly, but last week we had a little confusion, so I just wanted to clarify. It's the Adult Jewish Learning link, and we'll see you there in just a few minutes. And for my friends in the TBI preschool, it was great to do a little Lag BaOmer celebrating with y'all this morning, and I'll be there on this coming Thursday morning as well. We'll find something to celebrate.
And maybe a short song to sing out, Paul, so that you have time to get to your class.
Say shalom bimrova, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimrova, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimrova, hu ya'aseh
Shalom Aleinu, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel. Amen.
Thank you for being with us. Either see you at Adult Jewish Learning or tomorrow on Zoom or soon. Laila Tov, Lehitraot. Thanks for being with us.
Laila Tov, everybody.